Cappadocia, one of the most beautiful areas in central Turkey and the most famous landmarks in the country. It is located on the Anatolian Plateau, at an altitude of about 1,000 meters above sea level. The center of the province of the same name and the largest settlement near Cappadocia is the ancient city of Nevşehir. You can clearly imagine the borders of Cappadocia by connecting the cities of Niğde, Kayseri, Aksaray, and Kırşehir. As a result of volcanic eruptions that took place here about 70 million years ago, the territory of Cappadocia was cut by deep cracks, covered with avalanches and layers of volcanic magma. Under the influence of rains, sun, snow and winds, soft volcanic rocks were washed out and eroded, creating unusual landscapes around. Cappadocia is called the Lost World. It boggles the imagination with its unearthly fantastic landscapes, mountains and rocks of bizarre shapes, caves and underground cities. The stone pillars of Cappadocia look like mushrooms or fabulous anthill houses. In addition to natural attractions in these places, many years ago, Christians built many rock and cave churches and monasteries. Such famous Christian saints as Simon, George the Victorious, Basil the Great, Gregory the Theologian lived in Cappadocia. Currently, there are several hundred rock-cut churches and monasteries, some of which are decorated with beautiful frescoes. The exact history, date and reason for the emergence of the cave cities in Cappadocia is still unknown. But already in the V century BCNS, cave cities with a narrow entrance were built here. Livestock were also kept in the inner premises. In fact, under every village or town there is a whole system of caves, chambers and passages, sometimes going down 20 levels. The entire population of the village, sometimes up to several thousand people, was freely accommodated there. The underground cities had everything they needed to live for months: living quarters, cattle stalls, churches, chapels, kitchens, wells, cemeteries, storage facilities, ventilation systems, and even wineries. There are about 40 underground settlements on the territory of Cappadocia, but only 6 of them are now accessible for inspection. The most famous of these is the Göreme National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There is an open-air museum with several ancient churches. Also of interest are the Zelv National Park, the underground cities of Kaymakale, Derinkuyu, and Ojkonak. One of the most beloved and popular tourist attractions in Cappadocia is a hot air balloon ride. She will allow you to see all the beauties of her landscapes from a bird's eye view. Here you can count more than a dozen valleys, each of which is interesting. But it is necessary to say separately about the famous Ihlara Valley. It is a bit like the world-famous Grand Canyon, although its size is more modest. Its length is only 15 kilometers, and the depth of the canyon, in the deepest place, is no more than 200 meters. But the unusual colors and beauty of the landscape around makes this valley individual and unforgettable. A visit to Cappadocia is included by our company in Commodore 93 in this excursion tour to